this computer recording. Cool. Okay, great. So thanks for showing up to listen to some brand new writing. Uh, you just heard kind of how things are going to go down. And I think what I'm going to do before we start is just give a quick little, what have we been doing for the past couple of days? Yeah. And it's just what you're hearing is writing that happened either yesterday or this morning or just 10 minutes ago. This workshop is called Primeras Páginas, and it's about kind of helping writers to get the first pages of some idea on the page. And so we've worked with 7 really exciting writers from across the Bay Area, and they're going to share about 6-7 minutes of their work. And the purpose of the sharing is just to celebrate that there's new writing. So yeah, after we just celebrate them. We're not gonna have a big question and answer and what does it mean and what are you writing? Just like, yeah, did it. So when you're ready.
Hello, everyone. I am Dakota Castro Lopez, and I decided to create a story. The title is Sid. I really wanted to get into that more dark, kind of dark. I wanted to implement comedy, but I didn't really get to the comedy part. But I believe that the setting will like pull in our readers, or not readers, our audience, and that's what I really wanted, is that attention getter. I'll start by reading half of the intro or half of the intro scene because it is a long scene. But the opening setting is in a church. A man named Sid walks in with a Hennessy in his hand. He walks upstage to downstage and drops down to his knees. A purple drop down to his knees on a purple rug. He gets into a praying position, and this is where Sid starts to talk. Here, I'm here again. I'm sorry, Lord, but I actually went through with it. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I need help. I I really don't think I could live with myself. I could live with myself. Sid then gets up and walks to his wooden bench on it would be on the right side, and continues to talk to Lord. I chatted with you, Lord, and I believed I believed that you could banish these evil thoughts, but in a way, you failed me. I I prayed to you night and day, the end to end these horrific thoughts. These ideas just continued until I actually committed the deed. Well, I have you to thank for that. I'm really not sure what I could do to gain prosperity. All hope for me is lost. Sid then turns his head to his right shoulder and sees a casket and people entering upstage right, walking downstage the aisle. Uh, People starts taking their seats. The people carrying the caskets places the casket on a holder. Um, Center stage, people gather. People around gather as the priest enters the building, and you walk. Sorry. The priest then states, "We are here to honor Sid Nielsen," and that would be the half of the intro. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Guillermo Morales. I don't have a title for this. Okay, there you go. Sarah is putting on makeup in front of a sink and accidentally knocks a bracelet down the drain. Sarah, shit! She starts looking around for a bit, then quits and goes downstairs. Ready? John, you're not wearing that bracelet I got you. Oh, that thing. Yeah, my new favorite. How could I forget? You hate it. You know, it's not that I hate it. It's just that nothing that I wear goes with it. It's black. It goes with everything. That is such a guy thing to say. First of all, my favorite color is blue. You know this. And black and blue hasn't gone together since the early 2000s. That color combination single-handedly cost the Backstreet Boys the boy band battle with NSYNC. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were battling. Blue and brown is the right combination, but they don't really make fancy brown jewelry, so they need to change that. I'm sure someone will think of it, dear. I thought about wearing it with that yellow dress I have, but what am I, a bee? In any case, we have to get going or we'll miss dinner. And the circus, don't remind me. You'll love it. I hate the circus. You'll love it. No, you'll love it. Yes, but seeing me happy makes you happy, so you'll love it. Well, I'm not going to love it as much. I can't believe people are sitting around eating popcorn surrounded by all that elephant shit. You know, shit travels in the air. I know. Shit particles, Sarah. They float in the air and they get stuck in your teeth, and that's without the popcorn. I'd rather not need to floss to get the shit out of my mouth. Just brush it off like a decent human. You are so gross. Shit kissing, Sarah. That's all we're going to be doing for the rest of the evening. The acrobats will fly through it, the clowns will roll in it, and if I don't eat, my complaining is going to make me breathe more of it. And where would you rather we go? Oh, my dear, if the circus is what you want, I would dedicate myself to juggling. Well, you've got the nose for it, and you've the culinary acumen. What do you say we run off? Hop on my shoulders. We'll trade the Jag for a tricycle. And that's it.
Hi, everyone. Maribel Martínez. This is Entre los siglos y ciclos. Mariana en su escritorio, libro de la vida y plumón enfrente. Mariana. Yo, vidente, vivo en un mundo raro. En mis alrededores los vivos y los muertos. A los vivos ya no les hablo, pues aún tengo más preguntas para los muertos. Les escribo cartas y con el pensamiento y el copal los mando llamar. Querido abuelo, don Miguel Contreras y Contreras, estoy bien, mas algo en mi pecho me pesa. Aún vivo en San José, en una casita en el cerro, mi mamá a unos 15 minutos de ahí, pero no es tanto. En su casa ella todavía conserva el lavadero de piedra que usted lo construyó. Yo tengo muchas preguntas y sin respuestas, y ahora que me conecto con la tierra, me acuerdo de usted. ¿Cómo dejó el lugar donde nació? ¿Cómo olvidarse de los que dejó atrás? ¿Y cómo asimilar todo el daño vivido y hecho? Sé que tuvo una vida dura de bracero, pero ¿por qué tanto rencor? Y más bien, ¿por qué a los inocentes pagar esa deuda? ¿Por qué tanta violencia a su esposa y sus hijas? Aquí yo les escribo y aquí ellos me contestan en esta libreta. Y si los cosmos se unen, los puedo ver. Ah, la respuesta aquí. Marianita, de mi hija Cristina. Me dio gusto escuchar de ti. Hay mucho que no se dice en voz alta. El por qué me llené de odio y amargura, tanto que mi cuerpo, buscando el azúcar, se convirtió en diabetes. Mi bastón, ahí es el portal. Ven ven a verme y te contaré. Busco yo entre las cajas llenas de cositas el bastón. Con eso y con la invocación sagrada voy a verlos. Mariana se transporta a una iglesia entre las nubes. En las bancas, su abuela rezando con rosario en mano. Voces de rezo se escuchan. Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Ruega por nosotros, ruega por nosotros. Su abuela. Su abuela invocando su rosario en mano. Por mi culpa, por mi culpa, por mi gran culpa. No, abuela, usted no tiene culpa. Vivió en un tiempo muy machista y opresivo. Era usted una niña. No era su decisión casarse tan joven o con él. Y ya después el hambre y el qué dirán la obligó a permanecer en ese lugar de dolor. Ay, mi hijita querida del alma, ¿por qué siempre enfocada en el dolor? Y bien, ¿tú qué sabes de eso? ¿Por qué? Porque ustedes lo niegan, pero yo lo cargo. Soy parte de ese ciclo que repite. Cuando lloro, lloro por todas las que fueron maltratadas y acosadas, forzadas. Yo no lo pedí, pero lo viví también. Pero ya no puedo. Eso que vivimos tiene nombre, abuso, y solo nombrando se puede confrontar. Ay, mijita, esa no es la única manera. La verdad no cura esa herida. ¿Sabes qué cura? El perdón, la risa, la esperanza. Eso también te lo heredé. Pero tienes que ir a verlo, a él, completamente. Mariana es transportada a un campamento de labor, braceros en festejo. Una lumbre en el centro brilla. Abuelo. ¡Deme otra! Bracero. No, ya estuvo suave que mañana madrugamos. Allá tú, que todavía es festejo, todavía es temprano. Quédate pues. Pues me quedo. Los braceros se van y el abuelo se queda junto a la lumbre con la botella de tequila. Le da un trago y grita ¡ajúa! Después toma unos pasos y se sienta enfrente de la lumbre a llorar. Ira, ira cómo me tienes, solo y abandonado, como siempre. Que la buena vida ni que 8 cuartos. Aquí es puro sufrimiento y soledad. Los patrones te humillan, los compas te olvidan y la familia, ni que se diga. Si mi madre me dejó con otros y se fue, yo no tengo raíces más de las que arranco de la tierra en la cosecha. Me lleva la chingada aquí. Y tú, ni cuenta te das. Maldita miseria, maldito país, y el mío también. Yo solo una pieza de ajedrez, ellos ganando y yo siempre perdiendo. Pero chínguense. Yo voy a divertirme. Abuelo takes another swig. And then silence.
Hello, everyone. My name is Melanie Capons. I use she, her, ella pronouns, and this is tentatively titled Silver Lake. Lily sits at a bar, alone, one empty shot glass in hand. The bartender comes by, making margaritas for a Silver Lake middle-aged married couple. Lily to herself mostly, but also to the bartender. I don't know what I'm doing here. The bartender turns around, looks Lily right in the face. Don't you come here all the time? Yes, I'm here again, but I usually have Ashley and Jen with me. Oh yeah, those two white girls. Y'all like to laugh loud. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Depends on what time it is and if we're packed or not. Fair, but being here without them is weird. Yeah, I was gonna say quiet, but it is strange. But I guess in our business, it happens a lot, but I don't necessarily recommend drinking at a bar alone, especially here. Why? This isn't a dive bar or anything. Nah, but the clientele can get a grating, kinda. Hard to listen to people watch. They can be annoying and mean. I know that generally includes me, Jen, and Ashley, but I won't be offended right now. You aren't mean, your group. He finishes the margaritas and sends them off with a server for the couple. What do you do for a living? I was a teacher, but I just resigned and finished the school year. What age did you teach? Kinder? Community college, actually. Oh, I seem more like a kindergarten teacher. I mean, I see college, but I also, why quit that? K through 12 sounds like hell, but was college that bad? Not bad, just not for me right now. Does anyone become a teacher because it's their dream? It was mine, I thought. What changed? I think maybe because I chased this dream because it felt attainable and safe and sustainable. But then that doesn't make it a dream. That's just a goal, a life goal, I guess. But I hit it at 27. Like, is that really a dream? I mean, owning a bar, a nice bar with good tequila was my dream, and I attained it young, and I feel all right. Sure, but did you struggle to get here? Oh, for sure. Those LA building code people are not kind. Well, I didn't struggle to teach. I mean, I became this professor in an art department that I led after applying on a whim. I mean, insane. Anyway, this made me realize my real dream, and I'm ready to struggle for it. Like, really fight for it, you know? Why is it always got to be fighting for you young women? Hey, no, I mean young people. Y'all are obsessed with like standing up for yourself when you can just do the work and get ahead. I don't want to get ahead just because I want to work as an artist for a living, make a life. Does that mean it's a fight? Under late stage capitalism, it does. Maybe you can try not fighting the system all the time. Lily takes that in as a group of loud, happy Silver Lake moms come into the bar and settle themselves next to Lily. Well, best of luck to you and your white girlfriends. Thanks, man. Hey, before you take care of them, can I get another shot of this? And see.
Hello, everyone. My name is Malina Alegría, and I will be performing for you an untitled, very raw piece. I want you to imagine that you are in an old Latino church, and there is a viejita that sits across from a father in a confession booth. She's holding rosary beads. The sound of the window opening cues her to speak. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 10 hours since my last confession. Yes, señora, I know. But I couldn't wait. I found my true purpose, Padrecito. That is not a sin, señora. Pues, you just listen and you wait for it, all right? Mira, I told you that viejitas, we make the best spies. Yeah, I know this. I know I'm not just saying this because I'm a chismosa, but because, Padre, mira, I saved myself today. And, life is sacred. And no one believes it when I say that. Viejitas make the best spies because, priest starts tapping anxiously on the floor. Nobody sees us. We're like expired, past our prime. Pero tú sabes, we're always there, watchando. And your sin? Pues mira, there I was, hanging out in front of my favorite panaderia. I had my cafecito and my pan dulce, and I was just minding my own business, just drinking in front, when all of a sudden, this man comes up to me, and I could tell he was recién llegado, porque, his clothes were kind of old, and he had a backpack with all his life belongings inside of it. And he told me, he came up to me and he asked me if I spoke English. And of course, being a good person, I wanted to help him as a good Christian. And so, yes, I told him I'd speak English. And he said, Señora, por favor, I no hablo buen en inglés y no puedo leer ni escribir, pero tengo esta tarjeta aquí. And he pulls out a lottery ticket. And I know lottery tickets. Every Sunday after church, I'm always there getting my 5 lotto tickets. Not that I ever win, but one day, I pray, one day I will. But this guy, he had a lottery ticket and he told me that he needed help. He was brand new to the city, didn't know anybody, didn't even know where the liquor store was at. So I told him, mijo, you better hide that ticket. Don't let anyone see you because they could rob you. That's money right there. And all of a sudden, another guy walked by. I didn't realize it then, but I know now that it was a scam. This other guy, he was all like fancy, bonito. He had fancy, rich shoes. I think he was a techie because he had a goatee. But this guy came and he asked what was going on. And I told him, mira, este señor tiene un boleto del loto. And the guy told me, the nice fancy guy, said that we could look it up on the phone to see if he won. And we did. And guess what? It was $30 million that he won. And este señor, he told me that he would share it amongst the two of us. But we had to help him out. He didn't want to go to the store like I told him. The liquor store right there on the corner. He said, no, because he didn't trust anybody. Because he was brand new, didn't know anybody. But he trusted me because I look like someone trustworthy. And then he asked me if I had a domingo. And I'm like, a domingo? He's like, yeah, do you have any place where you put your money and you save it, for a domingo, rainy day when you need it? And, I had to think about it because, I don't have that much money and everything. And the other guy, the techie guy, he said he had a domingo. He had $2,000 at his house. And if we wanted, we could go over there and get it. Pues, they looked at me and they wanted to know if I had a domingo to show that I was trustworthy también, porque, it's like, if I take the ticket, the guy has to trust me. And I said, well, I have a couple hundred, that I've been saving because I have to get like my hip replaced y todo. And they said that was fine y todo, and they were like, señora, let's go to your house. Let's look at this money, so that I know you're trustworthy and I can give you this lotto ticket that you can help me get the money. Y pues, I was thinking and I wasn't really sure. And the two guys, they were hounding me, they wanted me to go to my house y todo. And I didn't feel comfortable all of a sudden. And then I remembered something that money. And they were like, señora, no, you can have some, we'll give you 5 million. And I was like, híjole, 5 million. What would I do with $5 million? It's like, I don't need $5 million. And they were like, sí, señora, you can give it away if you want, And I was like, I'm a communist. And that's when I realized, Padrecito, that I'm a communist. Thank you, Father. I have sinned.
Hard act to follow.
Hola, me llamo Bassan Kassab. The working title, título provinciario es La Desaparecida. And Dr. Javier Hurtado asked us to use orange and naranja, but it's not going to appear in the next 3 scenes. But I brought mi media naranja, who's sitting in the back, and he's going to play the role of a sound technician for me while reading. First scene. Curtain opens on a bar in Puebla. There's a bandera de Mexico y bandera rainbow. A young Mexican man is sitting at the bar. There are other bar goers present on the scene. There's music in the background. Enters George, African American male. George says, "I'm here again." And Marco responds, "Hola, mi amor." George, gives a kiss on the lips to Marco and gives him a hug. George, I'm back to Puebla to spend quality time with you. Marco, me alegra mucho. Marco signs to the bartender for another beer. Marco, cheers, mi bello George. And George responds, salud, Marco. The bar goers move around on the music. Marco, me gustó mucho el tiempo que pasamos aquí el verano pasado y la relación que tuvimos online durante los meses que siguieron. George, no mames, me too. They both laugh. Marco, en serio, no pensé que vas a regresar. Pensé que como otros turistas hiciste promesas vacías. Louder music. Enters a drag queen. Drag queen starts lip-syncing the song A Prueba de Todo. As she comes down the stage, a drunk man approaches her and says to her, Estas mamas son verdaderas. See? As his hand approaches her breast, she slaps his hand. A bodyguard runs towards them. George steps down his bar stool. The bodyguard pulls the man out of the bar and off stage. George asks the drag queen, Are you okay? And the drag queen responds, Estoy bien, pero I don't need this shit anymore. And she storms out off the stage. George walks back to Marco on the bar. George, a man should know they shouldn't touch the boobs of a woman. How come gay men think they can do that to a drag queen? Marco, no puedes cambiar el mundo. Vámonos a la plaza para bailar. Scene 2, a plaza with a big bandera mexicana. Many people around dancing. George says to Marco, I like it here in this plaza. And George invites Marco to dance. They start dancing with others as a couple while others are dancing. People are dancing, musicians are playing music. Then there is a woman, we call her La Chona. She is drinking and dancing. Some men try to touch her. She gently pushes each man away and moves a few meters further. And it feels like it's hot here in the summer. Everyone is sweaty. And La Chona moves towards George and pulls him away from Marco to dance with her. While they are dancing, La Chona says, No vives aquí, ¿verdad? George, no, solo soy un turista. La Chona, me llama La Chona. And George, soy Jorge. And La Chona says, me llama La Chona, pero no me conocen bien. No one knows who I truly am. George and La Chona dance faster with the music. Suddenly, everyone is watching them and they stop dancing and they form a half circle around them. And while La Chona and George are dancing, a hole opens in the floor, like a sinkhole opens in the floor. People start running away, screaming away from this sinkhole. They run off stage. And George is left with La Chona, looking at the big hole. They embrace each other out of fear, and they stare down at the hole. La Chona says, there are cadavers down there. Could they be los estudiantes desaparecidos? Flashback to a scene 10 years earlier. Funeral music of Chopin, but we prepared that on a guitar to fit the atmosphere of Mexico. We see policemen and women entering, and they are pushing in front of them students. They have backpacks on their back, but their hands are tied behind their backs. La Chona and George are still in the background, frozen in time, and they are watching the scene happening, unfolding in the past. The policeman and policewoman untie the students' hands and force them to start digging the ground with semi-automatic weapons pointed at the students. goes dark.
Good afternoon, everyone. Blanca Sanchez, and also be reading an untitled piece at this point. An imposing white church facade with black doors. He stands at the base of the steps that lead up to the door. He looks up at the door, takes a deep breath, and slowly climbs the steps. He pauses by the door, takes another deep breath, and pushes the door open and walks in. He walks down the center aisle, nodding at people sitting on both sides, who quickly return to their murmuring as soon as his eyes move on to the next person. He reaches the end of the aisle and stops in front of a shiny gray casket with a bouquet of magnolias on top of it. A photo of Grandma's smiling face seats on an easel on the left side, and a podium on the right from which a pastor continues to drone on. The air is stuffy, warm, but not unpleasant. The scent of the magnolias perfume the air, bringing with it a sense of peace and comfort. You finally did it, huh? You'd be proud of the turnout if you could see us now. He stretches his arm and places it on top of the casket. Give them hell wherever you end up. The pastor approaches him and stands right next to him. I'm sorry for your loss. She was a hell of a woman. That she was. And she'd kick our asses if a slight tremble of the building causes them to jump back quickly. The crowd stands and gasps, stretching their neck, trying to see what's happening. He laughs loudly and nervously. We got it, Grandma. We're taking too long with this. He turns to the pastor. You heard the lady. Let's wrap it up and lay her to rest. She was never a patient one. Two guests approach and help them carry the casket down the center aisle while everyone follows behind them. Meanwhile, kneeling before the altar of an empty church, a woman looks to the sky. I'm here. Not sure what to tell you that you don't already know. ¿Sabes qué? No sé qué carajos esperas de mí. What more can I do? Toda la vida no more than hard work, sufridera, dealing with pendejos y este cabrón que nomás no. Well, pendeja yo también for falling for him. Hice lo que pude. Todo lo demás fue tu voluntad. Tu voluntad. Bueno, I could have been a little better, a better mother, better grandmother. Sí fui bien cabrona. Quiere decir que no. It's just that life has been so hard, and I was really looking forward to the rest. Y ahora que a fin estoy aquí, ahí vienes a chingar as if I hadn't paid my dues already. It's not right. I want to leave it all behind me. I'm supposed to be done with the whole life thing. That's the deal. Y no me digas que no. I didn't ask for this. A pesar de todo, I was not sure I would end up here. Hice lo que pude. Ahí estaba como mensa todos los domingos. No, I didn't bring the diezmo every day, but it was either my kids ate or the padre. Y el cabrón looked like he was eating well. Yo sé que me necesitan, pero ni la conocí. No tuve tiempo. Su vida, su realidad is totally different than mine. What can I possibly offer her? You saw my life, un desastre tras otro. Mis chiquillos lived only por tu gracia. I could have done better, but if I didn't, why do you think it will be different this time? Está bien, pero remember, es tu voluntad. Sí.
See, hi. Okay. So, hello. So much talent in this room. My name is Stephanie Ceja Gonzalez, and this is a very raw, very easy going piece. I I hope you enjoy it. So curtain opens. Charlie enters the kitchen with a disheveled look after a long day of paperwork at the office. He opens the fridge in hopes of finding something nearly edible. He sees a couple of water bottles, a half-empty bottle of red wine, and a package of Chinese food takeout. He takes the package of Chinese food to inspect it, and an acidic smell fills up his nose and causes him to make a face. I guess this is not good. Puts food in the trash can. Then Charlie takes out his phone and starts browsing for takeout. Everything is closed. F this little town in the middle of nowhere. Charlie remembers the paper bag his coworker gave him. She said it had snacks. He gets up to look for the bag in his backpack. He looks and takes out an orange. It's nice, juicy, and tender to the touch. He starts peeling it, takes a bite. It's just right what he needed. Charlie looks through the bag and finds a granola bar. Charlie, I guess this will have to do. Opens the wrapping from the granola bar, takes a bite. I gotta remember to ask her name, remembering he wasn't very nice to her. Silence. Maybe he should call his friend Tammy. He checks his watch. Time change doesn't matter when the only thing you've had to eat is an orange and a granola bar all day. Charlie sits in the middle of his pre-furnished apartment's very old and very green couch, with his phone in one hand and the rest of the contents of the paperback in the other. The phone rings 3 times before a very disturbed but still sleepy Tammy answers. Hello? Hello, Charlie? Is everything okay? Charlie quickly responds, Oh, I'm so sorry to wake you. It's just, I mean, you told me to call me once in a while to check in. Tammy, she sounds sleepy, but she talks with humor in her words. Yeah, 3 a.m. certainly sounds like like an invitation to give out and that you will give out and I will follow through. Um, both laugh. Charlie gets that tingly feeling in the middle of his stomach he always gets when Tammy laughs. He imagines her adjusting herself in her bed and moving her hair out of her face as she speaks. Are you there, Moon? Charlie comes back to reality. Yes, I'm here, son. He replies with a subtle smile on his face. I just feel a little homesick, that's all. Tammy, very empathetic, still with a graspy voice from the sudden awakening. Yeah, I know what you mean. And she does. Maybe we can have another movie day tomorrow. I picked Chinese last time, so it's your turn. Charlie suddenly remembers the week prior, the only day of the week when he laughed and relaxed and ate a proper meal. That sounds fantastic. Let's make it Chinese again. It's the only restaurant that will open until 10 p.m. Tammy, this time she's fully awake, and whose decision was it to take this so-called research job opportunity right in the middle of nowhere? Charlie thinks yours, but doesn't say it. Okay. Tammy, empathetic. Hey, it's only a couple more weeks, right? Charlie, excited. Yes, we fly out on the 19th. Tammy, that means you'll be here for it. Charlie interrupts. Bob's birthday. Yes, I will be there. Tammy, good. He really likes you, you know? Charlie, I like him too, he lies. He he's a good one, not a lie. Tammy, and he's so good with Ari. Charlie, happiness comes back to his voice. How's my little star? Tammy, she had a fever last night, kept us awake until around 4 a.m. But she's much better now. Charlie realizes he is making his best friend stay up 2 nights in a row, and she might need to sleep. Charlie says, Oh, it's good to hear that she's doing fine now. I will let you get back to sleep. Tammy, don't worry. Bob has a 12-hour shift tonight, so it's just me. Charlie, love you, son. Tammy, love you, Moon. Good night. Charlie, good night. Tammy hangs up. Charlie on the other side lingers with the phone. Charlie in a murmur. I love you.
Hi, if you're joining us on line, that was a quick reading of some brand new work from the participants here at this weekend workshop, Teatro Visión of Primeras Páginas, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'm going to end the Zoom and close out the day. Thanks for joining us.